Hi dear friends, welcome to my channel. We are going to talk about how to get 8+ in writing section. But before you start watching, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support me. Okay, let's start from the first point. What we want to mention about writing is our general English. We should strengthen our knowledge in English. It's very important. If you don't do this, you can't get high score from writing or speaking, and even from reading, because you should understand sentences fully. To do this, you should have good general English. But let's talk about only writing. In writing, as you know, we have 4 criteria assessments: task response, coherence, cohesion, grammar and accuracy, grammar range and accuracy, and lexical resource. In order to get high score from grammar and lexical resource, we should build some complex grammar structures, we should build complex sentences, we should use some vocabulary, and that's why it's important to improve it. But in IELTS, as you know, we should mix simple sentences and complex sentences. We can't write only complex sentences because it's boring to read for the examiner. That's why we should mix them, and when you are going to use complex structures, you should have good writing skills, strong writing skills, and you should be able to write them in an appropriate manner. You should write wide variety of them to show different results, to show transition signals, to show, I don't know, good knowledge of punctuation. It's also very important. So try to strengthen your general English and lexical resource, because large vocabulary is what we need to express our opinion. What should we do to get a high score from lexical resource? We should have large vocabulary, and reading some important articles will help us in this way. You can read articles from different topics which are covered in IELTS. It's work, education, robotics, technology, and of course you should be able to write about modern trends, because sometimes they prefer to talk about some gatherings, I don't know, some topics about the pandemic situation around the world. Next, what should we do to get high score? It's very important to fully understand the topic and give relevant ideas, because if you don't give relevant ideas, you can't get more than 6.5. I saw some cases when students got 7 because of strong knowledge of English, because of good grammar, good lexical resource, but they couldn't get more than 7, and it happens in very rare cases. That's why it's very important to understand the topic and give relevant ideas. This is the second tip. Now we are going to the third tip. It's about extending and supporting those ideas. It's very important not just give those ideas, but extend and support them. And to do this in such a way that you will have a good flow throughout your essay. This will influence your coherence and cohesion, because, you know, this is the most difficult part. In most schools, we are not taught to write in the manner to follow coherence and cohesion, but IELTS requires this. IELTS wants us to express our opinion in a way that everyone who will read it will understand it. You should have a good flow throughout your essay. But don't forget, it's important to support your relevant ideas. The next thing that can help you to get high score is that you can read some model answers from the internet or from different sources. You know why it's good? It's especially good to get some ideas, because, as I know, many students struggle with finding appropriate ideas. They struggle with finding those relevant ideas and supporting and extending them. In order not to face such difficult situations, it's good to read some model answers, and when you will read them permanently, you will keep those ideas in your mind, and if you have some topics, some similar topics on your real IELTS exam, you can write those ideas. You know, in some IELTS exams, you can see the same topics with just different questions. So they can talk about studying abroad, and in one case they can talk about problems and solutions. In another case, they can talk about agree, disagree, they can talk about advantage, disadvantages, they can give questions actually about agree, disagree, or do advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So be prepared to have general ideas and to adapt them to your questions. That's important. The fifth point, of course, is to practice a lot. It's not only to strengthen your grammar, vocabulary, or finding out some relevant ideas, supporting them in your mind. You should write it down and see how you can manage this. And of course, you should be able to manage it within 1 hour, to write 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2. It's very important to practice a lot, to practice with pen if you are going to pass a paper-based exam, and to practice with a computer. You should type them. So be careful, be ready to do this. And the sixth option is that you should find someone, a person who will check your essays. It can be your friend, it can be your neighbor, it can be your English teacher, just someone who knows IELTS, who knows like the essence of IELTS, how to pass this exam, how to pass this exam, how to write ideas, how to support them, how to extend them, and who can help you to improve your writing actually, because without practice you can't get good results. We have been talking about writing task 2, and the same works for writing task 1 with slight differences. Task 1 is generally easier than task 2 because there we have, regarding grammar structure, for example, we have some special sentences which we can use to write a good writing task 1, and we have some special vocabulary which can also use, like vocabulary showing change, showing some changing tendencies, decreasing, increasing, and so on. We can use them. Next, we should be able to analyze graphs, and again, in this case, sometimes we can need the help from a person who knows IELTS, who can like give you some hints, show you some points, how to divide information into paragraphs appropriately, correctly, and you can practice a lot with task 1 in the same way as with task 2. Okay, dear friends, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more information about IELTS. Don't forget to press like button and support me. Thank you for watching. If you have come to this point, thank you. See you soon.